Similarly, in the same half cycle, what will be your output voltage? When you look at this, you have VO over here. Now the resistance doesn't matter because resistance is connected in this format over here. So when you apply KVL, your output voltage will be, the circuit is, you have 5 volts and a resistor and your VO. So this is 5 volts and this is RL. So you are getting VO as 5 volts in the negative half cycle. That is when the diode is forward bias and your capacitor is charging to 25 volts in the first negative half cycle. Now moving to the next half cycle, that is the positive half cycle. Now step 2, that is next positive half cycle. Now in this half cycle, what will be the polarity? How will be the circuit looking like? You have capacitor. Now you are applying positive and negative over here. So the negative positive terminal of the diode, how it will be connected to the supply? The negative terminal is connected to the positive terminal of the supply. Hence the diode will be reverse bias and it will act as open circuited. So your circuit in this case will look like you have capacitor, the diode will be open circuited, you have battery, then you have the load resistance RL and your VO. Now in this case the polarity of the input is in this format and you have the input voltage going to maximum value of input voltage in the positive half cycle is 10 volts. Charge on the capacitor is 25 volts as we have seen, and the polarity of the capacitor is negative positive. Now in order to find the output voltage, you apply KVL over here, and this 5 volts voltage source is now redundant since the diode is reverse bias, that is open circuited. So when you apply KVL from input to output, your equation will be VI plus VC minus VO equals to 0. So you'll have VO as VI plus VC. Now our input in the positive half cycle is how much? When you see over here, it is going to plus 10 volts and the capacitor is charged to 25 volts. So how much output you are getting? Total as 35 volts, right? So your output in the positive half cycle, this first positive half cycle we are leaving. This negative half cycle we got output as minus 5 volts and this half cycle we got it as 35 volts, right? So finally when you get the output, you will see in the first positive half cycle you are not getting any output. In the next half cycle you are getting the output as minus 5 volts. In the next half cycle you are getting the output as plus 35 volts, and the peak to peak value in both the cases, when you look at the input it is 30 volts and when you look at the output the peak to peak value is 30 volts. That means the swing of the input and output are same. There is a mere shift of the signal when you apply it to the clamper circuit.